Man here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. You know, one thing I've noticed in the sport of boxing nowadays, you got some fighters that get it, and you got some fighters that just don't get it, man. You know, fighters nowadays have to build up fights. They have to build up interest in their fights. You have some fighters out there who get it and they build their fights up very well, whether it's through trash talk, whether it's through dumb shit to the public, just whether it's through disrespecting their opponent, whatever, man. They get it. And sometimes they start this process a fight or two in advance. So by the time that it's time for their fight to happen, it's been built up for so long. We've seen, Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao build up a fight for 5 fucking years, and look at the payoff that they got. The reason that I'm bringing this up, ladies and gentlemen, is that I look at guys like Erislandy Lara, the Cuban style Erislandy Lara, who in a lot of boxing fans' minds is heavily avoided. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to get in the ring with Erislandy Lara and his style. At least you may think. But then the question that rings in my mind is why, given that Erislandy Lara, at least I haven't heard any opponent announced, only thing I've heard coming out of the Lara camp has been shots at Gennady Golovkin, and the fans are eating that shit up like Scooby snacks, saying, why doesn't Gennady Golovkin face Erislandy Lara at 160 when I have an even bigger question? Why isn't Erislandy Lara building a super fight with Demetrius Andrade, ladies and gentlemen? Demetrius Andrade is surefire on his way. You guys know his story, and if you don't, look through my archives. I've made videos on it. A lot of uploaders have made vids on Demetrius Andrade's rocky relationship with boxing. But the kid is back now, and he is more determined than ever to gain all of the titles at 154. I love that. He's willing to take on the Charlo brothers, and he's calling out Erislandy Lara. Now, Erislandy Lara, I haven't barely even heard him utter the name Demetrius Andrade. Take in mind, Erislandy Lara hasn't had a big fight since the Canelo Alvarez fight. He's fought in guys like Delvin Rodriguez and Vanes Monterosen, which he redeemed himself in that fight, so I'll give him a pass there. Alfredo Angulo, in which he damn near lost. He needs a big fight. We vouched for Lara when he ran up there and fought and called out Canelo to the world at his post-fight news conference that he had with Angulo. When he called him out, man, we were backing Lara like shit. But it's seemingly now that Erislandy Lara ain't nothing more than an opportunist, because though we've given him many passes for not fighting the Charlo brothers because he was trained by Ronnie Shields just like the Charlo brothers are, so we gave him passes there. We understand that. Fighters who are trained by the same trainer don't want to face each other. Got that. But Demetrius Andrade has been calling this man out for years, ladies and gentlemen, even when Andrade was champion. This ain't nothing new coming out of the mouth of Demetrius Andrade. And now Demetrius Andrade sits at third in the WBA. He's third in the rankings with Miguel Cotto and someone else in front of him. Also, the WBA with their fucked up belt, they have an alphabet belt where you got the regular champion, who's Jack Colquet, and then you have the super champion, which is Erislandy Lara. I don't know if Demetrius Andrade is going to have to fight his way through those guys to get to Lara. So clearly Andrade's better path is to go the WBC route, in which Jermell Charlo is current champion, and he has a fight upcoming with Charles Hatley. The winner of that fight will have to see Demetrius Andrade. If he wins, becomes champion of the WBC, then Erislandy Lara will have to basically be forced to take that fight in a unification match. This is what I'm talking about. So why not get the wheels started now, so when the time comes, there will be a great buildup to, something. Erislandy Lara needs this shit. Fighters got to take responsibility for their own fucking careers. You're not getting big fights. You're not being put on in prime time. Well, fucking sell a fight. This is what I'm trying to talk about with Guillermo Rigondeaux. He has the same problem. Sell a fucking fight, man. You gotta do more than just keep your mouth closed. Now, in Rigo's case, it's a bit different because Rigo has spoken out publicly amongst many fighters in his weight class, and they clearly avoided him. Lara's thing that it hasn't been that way. Lara has only called out fighters that he feels as though he can make a big purse with. I haven't heard him call out any of the killers at 54, mainly Demetrius Andrade. And they are on a collision course unless Erislandy Lara try to skips the division and goes to 160 chasing the Triple G payday. Because if Lara would have fought Triple G, he would have said, oh, I was way out of my weight class. I'll go back to 54 where I belong and blah, 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 blah. That's the difference between Kell Brook, my main man Kell Brook, #shock the world. That's the difference between him and most of these other pussies. The fact is, Kell Brook had no opponents. He had no one willing to come over the water and go to the UK and fight him. He had no one willing to go for a unification match. He had no one calling his name. Yet, in Erislandy Lara cases, ladies and gentlemen, he has a clear great opponent to face to build a big fight with. It's just his responsibility to build the damn fight. And he clearly isn't. Hats off to Demetrius Andrade for doing his part. He's yelling to any camera who will listen. I want Lara. I want all the champions. I want the Charlos. I want Lara. I want Canelo. I want Triple G. But he has been calling out Lara consistently. Why hasn't Lara responded? Oh, but you want to fight Triple G. That shit is a bailout. I don't consider Kell Brook's case a bailout because he had no opponent. This case in particular, Erislandy Lara has not fought the top 3 other guys at his division. Yet you're skipping the fucking division and you want to go up to fight Gennady Golovkin. This shit is funny to me. It's funny to me. I had Lara's back with this when he went up against Canelo because it was due for him to have that fight. Now, in this particular case, the same vigor that he chased that Canelo fight with and that he's chasing the Gennady Golovkin fight with, he needs to chase Demetrius Andrade with. Because technically, Demetrius Andrade has yet to be dethroned. And everyone is recognizing Erislandy Lara as the #1 guy at super welterweight. But he's yet to beat the former #1 guy. And you don't even care about it. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even fucking care, man. Give Demetrius Andrade a shot. Stop being pussy. Let me even hear you say the man's name. When Demetrius Andrade faces Erislandy Lara, I hope he beat him like Muhammad Ali did and say my name. Say my name. Erislandy Lara, say the name of Demetrius Andrade and stop being pussy. Until the next video, Main Man, Made Man. Don't forget to subscribe. Twitter, Made Man 511. Facebook, Main Man, Made Man. Boxing Forum, Google Plus, Main Man, Made Man. One of the mistakes that I made in the past with my vids is I did not talk enough about Demetrius Andrade. That changes today, ladies and gentlemen. You will be seeing much more videos from this guy because he is clearly calling out everyone, yet I see no one calling out him. And I find that to be very, very backwards. In Erislandy Lara, you want to go up, but you don't even want to take over your current division. I find that to be very pussy. I find it to be very pussy indeed. To the next video. Peace out.